When selecting the appropriate conductor size for a 40-amp baseboard heater operating at 240 volts, it's crucial to adhere to the guidelines established by the National Electrical Code, referred to as the NEC. The NEC serves as the definitive standard for electrical installations in the United States, aiming to ensure safety and prevent hazards. According to the NEC, an 8 American wire gauge, abbreviated as AWG, conductor is generally suitable for this application. The NEC mandates that conductors must be capable of handling the maximum load expected in a circuit. While a 40-amp baseboard heater might seem to necessitate conductors rated for 40 amps, the NEC incorporates provisions for scenarios where the load might exceed the nominal rating. In this case, the maximum load a 40-amp baseboard heater is likely to draw could be considered as 50 amps. Therefore, the conductors must be rated to handle at least 50 amps. An 8 AWG conductor typically has an ampacity of around 55 amps, making it compliant with the NEC requirements for this specific application. It's important to consult the appropriate ampacity tables within the NEC, specifically Table 310.15, to verify the allowable ampacities of conductors based on their insulation type and insulation conditions. These tables provide detailed information on the current carrying capacity of different conductor sizes under various environmental conditions. Factors such as ambient temperature and the number of conductors bundled together can affect the ampacity of a conductor. If the ambient temperature is higher than the temperature listed in the table, or if multiple conductors are bundled together, ampacity correction factors must be applied. These correction factors reduce the allowable ampacity of the conductor to ensure that it does not overheat. In scenarios where diverting factors come into play due to ambient temperature or the number of conductors in a raceway, it may be necessary to upsize the conductor to compensate for the reduced ampacity. For instance, if the ambient temperature is very high, or if multiple conductors are bundled together, and 6 AWG conductor might be required to ensure that the conductor can safely carry the load. Although some resources may suggest using a 6 AWG conductor, the NEC takes precedence as the governing authority for electrical installations. Adhering to the NEC guidelines ensures compliance with safety standards and helps prevent potential electrical hazards. While other sources might recommend different conductor sizes, it's essential to prioritize the NEC guidelines for electrical wiring to ensure safety and compliance. It's crucial to consult the most recent edition of the NEC and any applicable local codes or regulations to ensure compliance with all relevant requirements. Electrical codes and standards are subject to change, so it's always important to stay up to date with the latest revisions. The NEC provides comprehensive guidelines for electrical installations, covering various aspects such as conductor sizing, overcurrent protection, grounding, and wiring methods. By following these guidelines, electricians and electrical contractors can ensure that electrical systems are installed safely and reliably. Furthermore, it is important to consider the termination temperature rating of the equipment. Electrical equipment, such as breakers and terminals, are marked with a temperature rating indicating the maximum temperature that the conductor insulation can withstand at the termination point. The conductor must be sized so that its ampacity at the termination temperature rating is sufficient to carry the load. For example, if the equipment is marked with a 75 degrees Celsius temperature rating, the conductor must be sized so that its ampacity at 75 degrees Celsius is at least equal to the load. When determining the appropriate conductor size, it is also essential to consider the voltage drop in the circuit. Voltage drop is the decrease in voltage that occurs along the length of a conductor due to its resistance. Excessive voltage drop can cause equipment to malfunction or operate inefficiently. The NEC recommends limiting voltage drop to no more than 3% for branch circuits and 5% for feeders. To calculate voltage drop, you need to know the length of the conductor, the current flowing through it, and the conductor's resistance per unit length. The resistance per unit length can be found in the NEC or in manufacturer's data sheets. If the calculated voltage drop exceeds the recommended limits, you may need to upsize the conductor to reduce its resistance. In addition to conductor size, it's also important to select the appropriate type of conductor for the application. Conductors are available in a variety of materials, including copper and aluminum. Copper is the most common conductor material due to its high conductivity and corrosion resistance. Aluminum is less conductor than copper but is also lighter and less expensive. The NEC specifies the types of conductors that are permitted for different applications. Conductors are also available with different types of insulation. The insulation provides a protective barrier between the conductor and its surroundings, preventing electrical shock and short circuits. The NEC specifies the types of insulation that are permitted for different applications. Some common types of insulation include THHN, THWN, and XHHW. THHN insulation is suitable for dry locations, while THWN insulation is suitable for wet locations. XHHW insulation is suitable for both wet and dry locations and has a higher temperature rating than THHN or THWN. When selecting conductors, it is also important to consider the environmental conditions in which they will be installed. Conductors that will be exposed to moisture or corrosive chemicals must be specifically rated for those conditions. The NEC provides detailed information on the types of conductors that are permitted for different environmental conditions. In summary, when determining the appropriate conductor size for a 40-amp baseboard heater operating at 240 volts, the NEC requires that the conductors be able to carry the maximum load that the circuit is likely to draw. While a 8AWG conductor is generally suitable for this application, it's crucial to consult the appropriate ampacity tables within the NEC and consider factors such as ambient temperature, the number of conductors bundled together, and voltage drop. Adhering to the NEC guidelines ensures compliance with safety standards and helps prevent potential electrical hazards. Furthermore, consider the termination temperature rating of the equipment and select the appropriate type of conductor and insulation for the application and environmental conditions. Proper conductor selection and installation are essential for ensuring the safe and reliable operation of electrical systems. Always consult with a qualified electrician or electrical contractor to ensure that the electrical system is installed in accordance with all applicable codes and regulations. The NEC is a comprehensive document that covers a wide range of electrical topics, including wiring methods, overcurrent protection, grounding, and equipment installation. It is essential for electricians and electrical contractors to have a thorough understanding of the NEC to ensure that electrical systems are installed safely and reliably. The NEC is updated every 3 years, so it is important to stay up to date with the latest revisions. The NEC is available for purchase from the National Fire Protection Association, referred to as NFPA. Many jurisdictions also adopt the NEC as their local electrical code. In these jurisdictions, it is mandatory to comply with the NEC requirements. Failure to comply with the NEC can result in fines, penalties, and even criminal charges. Electrical work can be dangerous, so it is important to take all necessary precautions to protect yourself and others. Always energize circuits before working on them, and use appropriate personal protective equipment, such as gloves and safety glasses. If you are not comfortable working on electrical systems, it is best to hire a qualified electrician. A qualified electrician has the training, experience, and knowledge to safely and reliably install and repair electrical systems. Hiring a qualified electrician can help to ensure that the electrical system is installed in accordance with all applicable codes and regulations. Electrical safety is paramount, and it is always better to err on the side of caution when working with electricity. Taking the time to properly size conductors, select appropriate materials, and follow all applicable codes and regulations can help to prevent electrical hazards and ensure the safety of yourself and others. Furthermore, regular inspection and maintenance of electrical systems are essential for preventing electrical problems and ensuring the safety of occupants. Electrical systems should be inspected periodically by a qualified electrician to identify any potential hazards, such as damaged wiring, loose connections, or overloaded circuits. Any identified hazards should be promptly repaired or replaced to prevent electrical shocks, fires, and other electrical accidents. Electrical maintenance should also include regular cleaning of electrical equipment to remove dust and debris, which can cause overheating and equipment failure. Additionally, It is important to ensure that all electrical outlets and switches are in good working order and that they are properly grounded. Grounding provides a path for electricity to flow safely to ground in the event of a fault, preventing electrical shocks. In summary, electrical safety is a shared responsibility that requires the cooperation of homeowners, tenants, electricians, and electrical contractors. By taking the necessary precautions and following all applicable codes and regulations, we can create a safer electrical environment for everyone. Electrical systems are an integral part of modern life, providing power for lighting, heating, cooling, and appliances. However, electrical systems can also be dangerous if they are not properly installed and maintained. Therefore, it is essential to prioritize electrical safety and to take all necessary steps to prevent electrical hazards. In addition to following the NEC and other applicable codes and regulations, it is also important to educate yourself about electrical safety. There are many resources available online and in print that can provide valuable information about electrical hazards and how to prevent them. By educating yourself about electrical safety, you can help to protect yourself and others from electrical shocks, fires, and other electrical accidents. Electrical safety is not just a matter of following the rules, it is a matter of taking personal responsibility for your own safety and the safety of others. By being aware of the potential hazards and taking the necessary precautions, you can help to create a safer electrical environment for everyone. The information provided in this narration is intended for general informational purposes only and should not be construed as professional electrical advice. Always consult with a qualified electrician or electrical contractor before undertaking any electrical work. The NEC and other applicable codes and regulations are subject to change, so it is important to stay up to date with the latest revisions. The narrator and the producers of this video disclaim any liability for any damages or injuries that may result from the use of this information. The electrical work can be dangerous, so it is important to take all necessary precautions to protect yourself and others. Always to energize circuits before working on them and use appropriate personal protective equipment such as gloves and safety glasses. If you are not comfortable working on electrical systems, it is best to hire a qualified electrician. Remember, safety first.